Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new then welcome. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Roho and this is my YouTube channel, Roho's Cube. Please subscribe to my channel and also hit that cute notification bell right next to that subscribe button so that you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. So welcome to another Foundation Fortnight. If you're new, then I'll let you know that Foundation Fortnight is a series on my channel where every 15 days we try out a new foundation. So basically I go over the review, the demo, and at least 8 hours of long wear test, and I also give you updates in between and also at the end of the day, and I also give you my thoughts on the foundation, and you yourself can also see the demo to decide what you think of the foundation, whether it is something suitable for you or not. So in today's video I'll be reviewing Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. So this foundation came out sometime in the summer this year, and I did get my hands on it during summer only, and I have been using it on and off since then. And so today I am going to show you the application, the demo, the long wear test and all those stuff, and I will also give you my own opinion about this foundation. I also got the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Aqua Concealer. I'll also apply that after the foundation so that you can also see how the concealer works. So first let's talk about the packaging. I do not have the outer boxes anymore, but I do have pictures of them. I will insert them right here. As you can see, these boxes are very beautiful. There's like this ombre blue theme going on with this golden letter writing on it, and then inside these are how the bottle looks like. As you can see, this has this again beautiful purple and golden ombre cap, and this has this frosted glass bottle, so this definitely feels quite luxurious. Similarly, the concealer have similar packaging, purple and golden ombre cap, and then this frosted glass bottle. If you open this up, this applicator is actually a dropper. You can see this one, you need to press this one and then take the product out. Since this is a dropper, it's also very convenient to control the amount of product you want. Similarly, the concealer, it has a felt tip applicator like this. So this is also very convenient to apply the concealer. This foundation retails for $39, and this contains 1 fluid ounce of product, so that's basically quite the standard amount of product. So I would say $39 US. It's not too expensive but not cheap either. Now let's talk about the shade range. As I can see on Tarte website, this foundation has 21 different shades. I personally am in the shade of medium tan sand. I am NC 40 to 42, and in Estee Lauder I am 4W1 honey bronze. If you are similar to my skin tone, then you should either go for medium tan sand, that's what I have here, or the tan sand one. The tan sand is a little darker than this one. This is a water foundation and it also has SPF 15 sunscreen in it. So let's see what the Tarte website say about this foundation. On the Tarte website it says this is a lightweight, full coverage, hydrating foundation infused with Tarte's Rainforest of the Sea complex and non-chemical SPF 15 sunscreen. This is super hydrating vegan foundation with non-chemical SPF 15, leaves skin glowy and flawless for up to 12 hours. Hides fine lines, breakouts, pores, dark circles and more with buildable coverage. Formulated with 20% water and antioxidant rich algae to smooth the look of fine lines. So basically it says it's 12 hours long wearing foundation. It will hide all the pores, fine lines, blemishes, all those stuff, and it will give a light to medium to a buildable coverage. Without further ado, let's get into the application of the foundation. So before applying the foundation, I want to mention that I have cleaned my face with a face wash, and then I have put some argan oil, my moisturizer, and also for some unicorn essence, and then finally I went in with Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. Now as always, I'm going to apply the foundation with my M439 Morphe brush on one side of my face and use the beauty blender. This is a damp beauty blender. Use this on the other side. Now Tarte does have a foundation brush specifically for this foundation. I do not have that, but you can always purchase that and use it for applying this foundation. So I think with the brush it has given me a beautiful finish. And it has given me good enough coverage. In total I added I think 6 drops, but they were all very small drops. They are not a lot of drops, but yeah, I think it has given me good coverage, and I think this color also matches me quite well. Yeah, what do you think? I think it matches me quite well. So I like this shade for me. This is again medium tan sand, and it has given me beautiful finish as well as buildable coverage. Now let's try the other side with the beauty blender. For the beauty blender side, since there is no particular instruction on the website, because the website instruction is for the brush and it says to just put some few drops on the brush directly, but for beauty blender I think the blender might soak up all the product, so I'm going to apply the drops directly on my face and then blend it with the beauty blender. Okay, almost more than 6 drops. I'm really impressed how it applied with the beauty blender, and it also actually applied well with the brush, I won't lie, but it also applied very nicely with the beauty blender, because sometimes when they say you should apply it with a brush, you expect that it won't give you much coverage with the beauty blender, but this one still gave me a lot of coverage and it looks very beautiful on the skin. So guys, that is how the whole foundation looks like on my face. This side with the beauty blender and this side with the brush. I don't really see a huge difference between those two sides, although on the website it says to apply with the brush because of course they launched a brush, but I think you can still apply with a beauty blender. With the beauty blender it still looks beautiful and it still gives you a lot of coverage. So let me put the concealer next. The concealer has this weird kind of chemically smell which I don't like. The foundation didn't have any smell though. But the concealer do have a weird chemically smell. The concealer blended out beautifully. You saw I used my beauty blender. I always use my beauty blender to blend out my concealer. It blended out beautifully. I don't see any creasing or setting in fine lines. So far, yes. So yeah, the concealer is very nice. I mean, you know about the Tarte Shape Tape concealer, so I didn't expect much less from another Tarte concealer. However, as I mentioned, it does have a weird chemically smell and it does bother me a little bit when I first put it on. But as soon as I blend it out, there is no smell left. So yeah, that's about it. So this is the finished foundation and concealer look. I will now go ahead and finish rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Hi guys, I'm back and I finished all my makeup. All the makeup products, the bronzer, blushes, highlighter, everything went on smoothly on this foundation. And as you saw, I really like the finish of this foundation. It definitely gave me a beautiful dewy finish, and I personally really like dewy finish foundations. And it gave me kind of medium to buildable coverage. I wouldn't say full coverage, but it definitely gave me medium to buildable coverage. So yeah, this is how the finished look. Now I'll be wearing this foundation the whole day. I'll be updating maybe once or twice in between, and then at the end of the day I will update you one more time, and I will also give you my final thoughts about this foundation. So I'll see you guys in few hours. Hi guys, welcome back. So I promised you guys that I'll see you in few hours, but it has been several hours. I was swamped at work today, so I didn't get a chance to go out and do a midday check-in. So this is my final check-in. Now I forgot to show you the time on camera today, but I do remember that I left house around 8, so I must have put on the foundation around 7:30. Now right now it is 6:34, so the foundation has been on for 11 hours now. So I think this is a good time to give you the update. So after 11 hours, what I can see is that you know what, the coverage is still on. It didn't really worn off except for my nose a little bit, but then I did touch my nose a lot, and then I think it did settle in my nose here a little bit, and it does look a little caked up around my mouth, not too much. I'm sure you cannot see anything on camera. Even in person, I really cannot see anything unless I go really close to the mirror, and probably in bright lights, maybe the lights behind me. If I go really close to my vanity mirror, I can see a little bit caking up around my mouth here, because I did try to build up the coverage around here. I have some pigmentation here. So other than that, looks like almost like how when I first put it on. So, and it has been 11 hours. It was a busy day at work. So yeah, I'm really impressed that how did this foundation held on. So now it's time to summarize my thoughts and opinion of this foundation. First, let's talk about the coverage. The coverage is light to medium to buildable. I think that's awesome, because if you're someone who likes light coverage, you don't need heavy coverage, then you can still use this foundation. You just need to use less amount. However, if you're someone like me who loves her full coverage foundation, you can still use it. You just need to use more drops. That's about it. So you can very easily build up this foundation, and after 11 hours of wear, you saw in the demo that I did use like 5-6 drops for half of my face, and after 11 hours it still doesn't look bad. It looks beautiful in most of, and you know what, even in I have the studio lights, I still don't see a lot of caking up here. So yeah, I mean, it looks really nice even after 11 hours and even although I tried to build it up a lot, and it did give me that coverage and that full coverage, but it did not cake up after 11 hours of wear. You know, if I have done the same thing with, say, the Huda Beauty foundation, after 11 hours it would have looked like really messy and it would have been separated by now and it would really look bad. Don't get me wrong, Huda Beauty foundation is a beautiful foundation, but you cannot go on using more and more of that foundation and get away with this. But with this foundation, you can definitely build up the coverage using more product and it does not cake up. It still looks quite nice and natural finish. Now next, talk about the finish of this foundation. As I mentioned, and probably you also saw in the demo, this foundation has a beautiful dewy finish. I myself love dewy finish foundation, so I really like that finish. It gives you a dewy natural finish. It looks like your own skin, so that's really nice. If you're someone who likes matte foundation, you can just put some powder all over your face and it will look quite matte, so you can still use it if you are someone who likes matte foundation. Now let's talk about the feel of this foundation. So you saw I did build up this foundation and even then I don't feel a thing. I don't feel like I'm wearing tons of makeup, probably because it's a water foundation, so it's really lightweight. You really don't feel anything even though you build it up on your face. Now let's talk about the performance or longevity of this foundation. So as I mentioned, I have worn this foundation for 11 hours and you can see that it still looks quite flawless, so it definitely lives up to its claim of longevity of 12 hours. I definitely give it to this foundation. Next, let's talk about the shade range of this foundation. I think as I mentioned in the very beginning of the video that this foundation has 21 shades, and that's why I feel like that is one place where this foundation definitely lacks a little bit. 21 shades is definitely not enough. It definitely needs to add more deeper skin tone foundation, which it definitely doesn't have. So it doesn't have enough shades yet. I just hope Tarte comes out with more and more shades of this foundation so that everyone can try out this foundation. So yeah, so overall I feel like this is definitely one of the most underrated foundation of the year. So this foundation wasn't even nearly as hyped up as some of the other foundation that I have reviewed on Foundation Fortnight before. But I feel like this foundation is even better in all over performance. Yes, of course it is a little expensive at $39, but you know, if you try to buy it from Tarte's website, I think whenever you are a first time buyer, they give you 15 to 20% discount, and also they do have some discounts going on sometimes. If you keep an eye out for that, you can always get some discounts and the price becomes much sweeter. Overall, whether this foundation gets a nay or yay from me, of course you know that it definitely gets an yay. So yes, that was my review of Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation. Let me know if you have tried this foundation and what are your thoughts about it, and if you haven't tried this foundation, whether you are gonna try it or not in the comment section down below. And remember, I do have a giveaway going on my channel. Do enter in that giveaway. I will link the details in the description box down below. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.